Next will be Team codeLine 5, and they have built an application that provides simple and instant information at the same time automates the fund saving process, and they are tackling challenge 3. So Team codeLine 5, if you guys are ready, you can start your presentation now.
A financial literate man once said, do not save what is left after you finish spending, but spend what is left after you finish saving. That man is Warren Buffett, and today we are here to spread his financial wisdom to all the young adults out there. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are from Team codeLine 5, and today we are here to present our solution, the JeeMAT App. But before the solution, let's take a recap back to the problem statement. From challenge 3, we can conclude that if a population of young adults out there are being surrounded by capitalists, tempting them to spend faster, buy more, think less, and this is causing them to face bankruptcy even at a young age. The science paper have reported in November last year, just 2 months ago, that of all the bankrupt individuals in Malaysia, an astounding 20% of them are made out of young adults below the age of 24. And today our solution is targeted at young adults between the age 13 and 30, and now let's take a look at our solution. So right here, right now, we have Megan, who is 32 years old, a uni student, and she's receiving allowance from her parents, a typical young adult. The problem that Megan is facing is that with all the paywave technology, QR scan technology out there, she's spending faster than she can react. So now let's see how our app can help Megan. This is a live demo, by the way. So Megan is standing in front of Starbucks, and then she's wondering, I'm not sure if I can buy this cup of coffee. Let me check with JeeMAT App. And she click on the button, and it's calculating, and then bam. Okay, today I can spend 60 ringgit. I'm on good track. Let's buy this cup of coffee. Or wait a second, I prefer to save this 60 ringgit out. Either way, our app has provided this information to Megan, and Megan can make a decision based on that. So the calculation is using income and expenses data from IHP Bank, and then it will divide by the amount of days and minus the amount spent earlier today. With this, the problem has already solved. Let's dive into the business value of this app. So from our JeeMAT App button, we can segregate who are the financially aware users. For example, Megan, if she click on the button in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, in the evening, you can say that she's constantly checking on the financial situation. From here, we can segregate who are the financially aware and who are not financially aware, and we could tailor bank products such as good FD rates, good loan rates to them, and you could increase the bank revenue from here. Now, after this first feature, let's dive to our second feature, which is the JeeMAT Safe House. So again, we have Megan, who is also a uni student, but she did not get any scholarship. That's why she's working tirelessly as a part-time barista to earn extra allowance to buy a computer for computer science course. The thing with Megan, though, is that she's studying in the day and working at night, and she has no time to evaluate whether she's getting good progress or not. Let's see how our app helps Megan. So right here on this page, we could allow Megan to click on the JeeMAT Safe House and create an add a savings goal. So Megan wants to buy a new gadget right now, and she would like a MacBook Pro, which is around 3,000 ringgit, right? So she decided to save this goal over a period of 10 months time. And we allow her to do that and continue. And right here, this selection allows her to select autosave or manual save. Autosave meaning that JeeMAT Safe House will automatically deduct from her bank savings account and credit to JeeMAT Safe House, which is an online PE bank. And the fund will only be returned when she completed the goal or cancelled the goal. And once she continues, we allow Megan to click on the select the frequency, such as she wants to save daily, weekly, or monthly. Right here, she would select daily to make a gradual progress every day. And once it's confirmed, bam, the goal is created, and Megan will achieve a savings goal slowly but surely. Now, on to the next slide. What does this mean for the bank or the stakeholder? So, from this feature, we can identify what kind of products are most sought after by the young adults. For example, Megan wants a MacBook Pro. So when Megan is 90% near completing her goal, we could allow merchants like Apple or other computer merchants like Lenovo, Dell, Huawei to advertise their products to Megan, and we can know that this is actually what Megan wants. At the same time, we can charge an advertisement fee to the merchant and give discounts to Megan or other young adults, and this could promote a good savings habit in them. And imagine all the other like cars, we have Mazda, Proton, the business value right here is limitless. And after this part, I would actually like to bring you all to our third and fourth feature, which is actually a game part on the main page right here, which is a quiz to educate the young adults. And also back on the main page right there, to the left side, we showcase news about the economy and also some Coursera and JeeMAT courses about finance to the young adults. Now, back to our page, back onto the main page, we have actually conducted a survey onto the young adults out there, and we received 102 participants about our app functionality. So the majority of them gave us very good responses, And the key takeaway is that from a scale of 1 to 5, we receive a 3.95 average rating, which is a green light to develop this project. And at the next stage here, there's actually some very good comments from our participants, like it's a groundbreaking invention, it really helps to restrict my spending. And finally, just to showcase the technology that we have been using React Native and Xcode for app development, and also others for you all to see. And finally, we move on to the FAQ session, and where this is some of the questions that is frequently asked by the participants, but we're delighted to answer any questions you all have. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Judges, do you have any questions? All right, Ms. Christina, you have a question?
Based on your assessment, based on the pool that you've questionnaire, what was the key highlight in terms of the feedback that you've gotten? Give me top three.
Top three, all right. So first is the button is actually very useful in helping them to review their finances, and it will help them to think twice before spending. That's number one. Number two is some other requests, which is they requested this to be made into a widget or a notification, because due to there's too many apps out there, they want this to be easily accessed, so they could just like open their phone and click on it, don't need to go through too many clicks. And the third is actually something that we are a bit hard to incorporate, which they actually wanted to have this function onto more transaction methods like credit card, touch and go wallet, and cashier. But unfortunately, that is a bit hard to achieve at the moment. So we actually presented this as a privilege to RHB exclusive users, but not a general usage for the public.
Right. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Do we have another question, Ganesh?
Question on merchant advertising in-app, right? Like how do you think that would impact the customer experience? And I think the title of your app is also JeeMAT. I think you mentioned about cryptocurrency for beginners, which is typically one of the ways that young people go bankrupt, right? So, I mean, how do you plan to address that? And also on the third one is on the online piggy bank, where certain amount of money they can't really access it. Maybe you can elaborate how that works.
Okay, one by one. The first question regarding the user experience. Personally, we have thought about this, but we believe it won't be a problem. Because first of all, we're not advertising any random stuff like an app or any Starbucks drink. It's actually based on their savings goal. So like Megan wants a computer, we advertise other computers for her to compare. Maybe she will change her mind to buy a Huawei computer or something else. It's actually their interest. So I believe this won't cause any trouble to their user experience. Number two is based on the cryptocurrency. We actually just there to highlight it as information available there. So like because we're here to tackle financial literacy, it could be just a read through for them. Whether they proceed with them or not, at least we're providing them with the right information they could act on themselves. The third question, sorry, I did not catch it properly. You mentioned something. Sorry, could you repeat your third question?
I think you mentioned that they want to save a certain amount, it gets allocated in a separate sort of piggy bank.
Yes.
And they can't access it. How would that work?
Well, this is like it's actually exactly how it sounds like. It's like once they credit the amount, either automatically or manually to this online savings, this piggy bank, they can't access it, which is the point. We want you to actually allocate this for your savings goal. But unless they actually really need the money emergency, they could cancel it and the fund will completely be refunded back to them. Does that answer your question?
Okay, so that's all the time we have, team, for your presentation. Thank you, team codeLine 5.
Thank you.
Right, so judges, you may key in your scores for codeLine 5. So they were tackling challenge 3, which is how might we help young adults in developing financial literacy to grow their savings. Okay, so let's stand by the next team.